Now, Rachel Garceau with the On Your Side forecast.
It is 6:18 on your Wednesday. Let's talk about snow, shall we? No, there is none in our immediate future. Don't get excited, skiers and boarders. The mountains may see a tiny bit in the next week or 6 to 10 days. But let's talk about Boise's first snowfall. I've had people asking me, are we approaching kind of the time when we start seeing some snow, especially folks who are new to the area? Well, yeah, in a nutshell, our average first snowfall for Boise itself is November 22nd, which this year happens to be Thanksgiving Day. So by this point next week, we could, during a typical year, see some snow. Our average first 1-inch snowfall doesn't usually happen until about December 5th. Now, I checked last year's first snow. We didn't pick up any snow at all here in Boise until December 3rd last year, and even then it was 1/100th of an inch of snow, so barely anything measurable. By the end of December, though, we had picked up about 9 inches last year, so we added to that total very quickly. So typically a week or so from now is when we could see our first snowfall, and that's spot on with our average norms across actually the entire country. But the purple you see here, early November for our mountains, the lighter purple late November for southwest Idaho, and that is about average what we're going to be seeing. And we have, of course, seen some snow up in the mountains. It's just not been a lot, and it hasn't been frequent. So there's a little bit of snow still along the shores of Redfish Lake. You can see some lingering as well in the very high peaks of the Sawtooth, where it's just too cold to let it melt. But unfortunately, in the foreseeable future, there's not a lot of new snow coming. This is Stanley's extended forecast. Look at these temperatures. We're talking highs in the 40s in Stanley all the way through next week until we approach Thanksgiving. Next Wednesday is our next best chance of seeing any sort of measurable or anything to talk about as far as the snow, and maybe even a rain-snow mix, as those morning lows are down at about 19 for Stanley. McCall as well may see a couple of snow showers next week. Some of our Central Mountain locations may see a quick little burst of snow overnight tonight into tomorrow, possibly into Saturday, but it's really nothing to write home about at all. In general, we'll stay mostly dry across the region. This disturbance here, it'll kind of continue sending little waves of energy across for the next couple of days, and that could again trigger a brief little snow shower or a rain-snow mix across our Central Mountain locations. Possibly Friday looks to be our best chance of that, but again, even then, nothing will really stick. So we'll keep an eye on that system for next week. For your Wednesday, though, across the Treasure Valley, mid to upper 40s, our high temperatures right about where we should be for the middle of November. Mountain Home may top 50, getting to 52 degrees. And then you can see that inversion taking place with a high of 50 in Idaho City. So Idaho City, some of our Boise Mountain spots may see temperatures a little warmer than here in the valley. 43 for McCall today, 46 degrees expected with plenty of sunshine up in Cascade. A mix of sun and clouds over in the east Central Mountains, but a high of 50 for Sun Valley. Not a bad day in the Wood River Valley. Up near 50 for Fairfield this afternoon. Magic Valley, finally, you're back into the 50s as well. A little bit more comfy than the last couple of days have been. 51 and sunshine expected in Twin Falls this afternoon. And then after today, we get into the low 50s in Boise. And that's about where we stay. I mean, it's kind of a boring forecast as far as any big surprises go, but I think that's okay. We love fall for this kind, you know, the calm, sunny days, a little on the cool side.
It feels like it's sticking around, too.
Yes.
Not quite into winter yet.
Exactly. It'll be a little consistent for the next week. That's good.
Yeah.